Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to NFL Picks. We've had a lot of fun over the years picking NFL games. This season is going to be no different, especially because I'm in a pick'em league with my roommates, where out of the four of us, whoever finishes last in the group has to do all the chores for the week. So I got to be Jimmy, Connor, and Alex. We will see. I'll keep you guys up to date on how well they are doing throughout the year as compared to me. But the whole goal is to do well enough on the picks to not have to do the dishes. It's a spread league, so keep that in mind. All right, first game tonight, first NFL game of the year. The Ravens going on the road to Arrowhead to face the Chiefs. Now, if you guys remember, last year the Chiefs, because whoever wins the Super Bowl gets the first Thursday night game of the year, the Chiefs actually lost last year to the Detroit Lions. The Ravens are going to be coming out wanting revenge after losing to them in the AFC Championship game. I think the Ravens are going to come out hungry. They have Derrick Henry this year. Honestly, if I'm picking a team that's my favorite to win the Super Bowl, I think it's the Baltimore Ravens. Imagine how good they're going to be with Derrick Henry. Just think about that for a second. I think they're going to be a force, and I'm getting 2.5 points. Give me the Ravens. And the Chiefs, you can make the argument that they're better, and they get the game at home, but, they could come out slow, Super Bowl hangover. I like the Ravens in this one. In Brazil on Friday, the Green Bay Packers face the Philadelphia Eagles. Honestly, when it comes to international games, it's basically a 50-50, I feel like, every single time. I don't like to judge teams, when it comes to looking at, this team's good because they do this, this, and this. I don't really look at their international games. I kind of throw that out the window. Everything's different. You're playing in a foreign country, travel and everything. It's just hard to judge teams based on those games. This is basically a 50-50. If I had to say who I think the better team going into this year is, I think it's the Eagles. They have Saquon Barkley this year. That's going to be pretty cool. Green Bay, they were 9-8 last year. They beat Dallas. They're still an incredibly young team. I think they'll be pretty good this year, but I'm going to go with the Philadelphia Eagles. Steelers at the Falcons. This is interesting. The Falcons are breaking in a new quarterback with Kirk Cousins. Maybe we'll see Michael Penix at some point this year. Who knows? They're a team that a lot of people are pretty high. This is basically the best team in the worst division against what a lot of people think is the worst team in the best division, the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers, they have a really good defense, though, to where they're going to be in every single game, and they're also working in a new quarterback in the form of Russell Wilson. Potentially we'll see Justin Fields this year. I think this is pretty 50-50 on who's going to win. I'm going to take the Steelers. I'll take the points. I think it's pretty... Honestly, I think if I had to pick a game, I think I would have picked the Steelers. In a game like this, I think this is going to be where defense is going to shine through. I like Pittsburgh in this one. The Bills hosting the Cardinals. This, I think, is a pretty easy one. The Bills are still a great team, even though they did lose Stephon Diggs. And all they got to do is win by a touchdown over a Cardinals team. They got Marvin Harrison this year, Kyler Murray. They could be interesting. I think the Bills at 6.5. I think that's a pretty safe pick here. My Bears, my new reformed Bears, host the Tennessee Titans. A lot of question marks surrounding this Bears team. A lot of optimism. Caleb Williams is going to be the quarterback this year. Rome Odunze, new receiver. DeAndre Swift is new. Keenan Allen is new. New and improved offense, and the defense is still pretty good. Titans, on the other hand, Will Levis, how good is he going to be? No one really knows. He showed some flashes last year. Bears are 4.5-point favorites at home. That seems... I don't think the Titans are going to be that great, but they have a decent enough defense. I think the Bears will win, but I think this could be a game they win by 3, real close. I'm going to take them with the 4.5, but that's close. I think they will win. I think they're a lot better than the Titans. So give me Chicago. Bengals hosting the Patriots. Now, the Patriots are going to be one of the worst teams in football this year. They drafted Drake May and Joe Milton. And they also have Jacoby Brissett, who I think has some sort of an injury. I'm not even sure who's going to be starting this game. The Bengals, on the other hand, like Jamar Chase is still holding out for a new contract. I think he should be playing by the time this game starts. I mean, all they got to do is win by 9. I think I'm going to take the Bengals in this one. Too many new people for the Patriots to justify the 8 points. I like Cincinnati in this one. Colts and the Texans. Now, everyone says that the Texans are runaway favorites to win the AFC South. I think the Colts will win the AFC South, and here is why. I think Anthony Richardson is that guy, and I think you'll see that this year. I think the Texans will be good, but, I mean, I know they added Stephon Diggs, but I don't think that's the addition a lot of people think it's going to be. You know, he can be a little bit of a crybaby. And also, the Colts were tied with the Texans going into the last game of the year. They lost that game to the Texans, but they played that whole year without Anthony Richardson. I think the Colts are going to win this division. I'm getting them as an underdog at home. I think that's easy. I'm gonna take Indianapolis. Miami and the Jaguars. I don't think Jacksonville's going to be that great this year. They got Trevor Lawrence. I mean, he's okay. He's not what I think Jaguars fans would have hoped, but he's not bad enough to justify getting rid of him. And also, he hasn't been put in the greatest situation. Miami at 3.5, I think that's pretty easy. They got Tua, Devon Achane's a stud, Tyreek Hill, and a good defense to boot. I'm going to take Miami. The Saints, this is easy. Only 4.5 against the Panthers. That team's going to be pitifully bad again. They won, 2 games last year? They didn't even get a first-round pick. And they traded for Xavier Legette. I mean, I don't think that moves the needle. Only 4.5 for the Saints. I think they win that one. The Giants and the Vikings. Minnesota is trotting out, I believe, Sam Darnold to start the year because J.J. McCarthy, their new golden boy, tore his meniscus, I believe, and he's out for the year. Yet they're a 1.5-point favorite against the Giants at MetLife. I don't know about this one because they still have Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison. I think they can make any QB look good. The Giants, they could be okay. A lot of people, my friend who's a Giants fan, is like, oh, well, they lost 4 one-score games last year. You flip all those, they make the playoffs. I don't know. I'm going to take Minnesota. 1.5 is basically nothing. I think Justin Jefferson could just will his way past the Giants. I don't know. I'm going to take Minnesota. Chargers -3.5 against the Raiders. I think the Chargers win this game, but I think it's close. They're implementing a new head coach. Raiders have some pieces to be excited about. They still got Devontae Adams. I think the Chargers win, but I think this is a game where, they win it by 3. I think if you're giving me 3.5 points, I'm going to take Las Vegas. That's kind of what I'm looking at here. So, give me the Raiders. Seahawks, Broncos. Denver, I don't think will be very good this year. I'm not a big believer in Bo Nix, and it's really hard to win at Seattle no matter what kind of caliber team they have. So I'm going to take the Seahawks. Ooh, okay. Cowboys at the Browns. The Browns still have that insane defense. They get Deshaun Watson back after they played pretty much the entire year with Joe Flacco. Cowboys, they lost Tony Pollard, so they're running a backfield of Rico Dowdle and Zeke. I think Zeke is back. Still got a good defense. They still got Micah Parsons. They still have Dak. I still have CeeDee Lamb. Ultimately, though, I like the Browns at home with that defense. I think week 1, you might see some offensive struggles from the Cowboys. I'm going to take the Browns, especially since I'm getting some at least 1 point. Commanders at the Bucks. I don't think either one of these teams is going to be that great. The Commanders have a new QB, Jalen Daniels. We'll see how he performs. The Bucks actually made the playoffs last year and even won a game against the Eagles. I think 4.5 against a team with a brand new quarterback. I think I'm going to take them. Rams and the Lions. Rams, of course, made the playoffs and lost to the Lions last year. Could be a little bit of a revenge factor here. I think the Lions are due. I don't think they're going to be bad. I think they're due for a regression from last year. They went, 13-4 last year? I I think they could have a 10-7, maybe 9-8 year. I think that might regress a little bit. Giving me 3.5 with the Rams, I'm going to take them. And then Monday night, so this is Sunday night? Yeah, so this is the Sunday night game. This is the Monday night game. Jets and the 49ers. I'm telling you, I'm not a big believer in the Jets. Aaron Rodgers is really old now, and he just had a year off. The defense is great for the Jets, I know. I know they're an insane defense, but I think San Francisco wins this game by at least a touchdown. 6.5, so I'm going to take San Francisco. How many total points will be scored in Jets versus 49ers? I'm going to say I think it's a bit of a low-scoring affair. I think San Francisco wins this one like 27-17. That just sounds about right. So what, 44 points? There we go. Picks auto-saved. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know how you do in your week 1 picks. And I will see you tomorrow. We're going to do college picks. So see you tomorrow.